Nikki. Good evening, Nikki.
Hello.
Yes, hello,
Hi.
Nikki.
Yes.
Good evening, Nikki.
Good evening.
Okay, how are you now? Ready for the class?
Yes.
Very good. Is your book already open?
Yeah.
Okay. So, we stopped on part 6. So, listen to part of a presentation about marketing to women and note the context in which the following key figures are mentioned. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So you may continue answering and we will check.
Okay.
So remember to discuss everything, okay? What you have
Okay.
heard.
85% about household the the woman doing so they make decision about buying some goods about their some consumer goods.
Okay. Well, you can finish answering and we will discuss right after, okay? I will let
Okay.
you discuss.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
teacher, finish.
Okay, so for letter A, Nikki, so kindly tell me your answer.
It's about 85%
5%.
about a woman their decision what they want to buy the consumer goods.
Okay. Or you can say percentage, so 85%. So that's a percentage of American households in which women are the chief decision makers in the purchase of all consumer goods. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so next.
Uh, a they uh woman decide a uh I don't know how to say a plus 10. They decide whether to buy,
Whether what to buy.
whether they want to buy.
Decide whether what to buy. Or decide what to buy. Okay?
Okay.
All right. But the correct answer for that, remember, Nikki, that when you uh, say your answer or write your answer, you need to say it completely. Okay? So perhaps the number of times it's the woman in those households who makes the final decision. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So, letter C, 75%. Nikki?
Okay. They they when the woman decide what they buy about 75%, they decide they decide to buy real estate decision about buying real estate.
Perhaps when you say 75%, it's the percentage, okay? So it's the percentage of real estate. So decisions made by women
Oh,
or women, okay?
okay.
All right. So when you say 75%, it's this percentage, okay? So what about D, the 10%? What is the
Woman
10%?
woman buying on internet is 10 10% more than men.
Okay. Or it's let me paste. So it's the amount by which women spend more online than men. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So that's according, okay? That's according to uh the person that made the presentation about marketing to women. Okay? So what about the $70 million?
Uh, a woman spending $70 million than men
Okay,
uh
the woman spent.
spend.
Okay. Okay. So the correct answer for that is the it is the amount by which women spent more online than men on the biggest day for web sales this year. Okay. All right, Nikki.
Okay.
Okay. So what about the 3/4?
Mm,
So what is the
actually, I
three
don't know.
fourth?
I don't know. I don't know F 3/4. I
The
don't know.
3/4?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's actually uh the proportion of annual revenue companies lose by not marketing directly to women. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Do you have questions, Nikki?
Mm, how so? The proportion about 3/4 is how to is director read 3/4.
Well, can you repeat that? What was your question?
I don't know how to describe 3 portion 4. It's about how
Three
to
fourth.
3/4.
Yes.
Okay. So
Three
A
fourth.
so A tenths is correct.
Eight. What? Wait. What?
Uh B A tenths.
Wait. One. Yes, that's 8/10.
A10. Okay.
Yes. So it's 3/4. This is 1/2. Okay. This
Okay.
is 1/3. All right. This
Okay.
is 1/8. Okay, so this is just an example. So you can write anything like this. It's actually the uh it's what you called an amount or number. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So do you have more questions, Nikki?
No.
Okay. So for number 7, the expression the expressions below are all useful when presenting a slide. Okay. So you heard most of them in the presentation extract in 6. So complete them using the words in the box. Okay.
Okay.
And we will check your answer.
Okay.
Are you done, Nikki?
Yes, but I'm not sure the answer is correct.
Okay, let us check. Okay, so for letter A, kindly read.
Have a point at least.
Okay, the correct answer for that is have a look at this. All right. And letter B, kindly read.
The vertical axis represents
Okay, very good. And letter C.
as you can see.
Okay. Letter D.
Let's take a close look.
Okay. And letter E.
We your take. Look. Look.
Okay, the correct answer for this is you'll notice. Okay, so you will notice. And letter F.
I should talk out
I should point out.
out. Point out.
Okay. I should point out. And letter G.
I like to draw your point to attention.
So I'd like to draw your point to attention. Okay. And H.
Let me take you through.
Okay, so let me talk you through. Let me take you through. Let me take you through. Okay, so for letter I,
To give you the caution to let know.
to give you the background. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So to give you the background to that, no, it should not be like that. Okay, it should be like this. So for letter J, Nikki,
As you look.
as you know,
As you know.
okay, okay. So these are the expressions that are all useful, okay, when presenting a slide. And letter K,
Now let's break that into perspective.
okay. Now let's put that
Put
into perspective. Okay. Letter L. Nikki.
Okay. These figures show implications.
These figures. Very good. Okay. And next, Nikki.
The figures speak for themselves.
Very good. And letter N.
These results suggest, suggest
Suggest. The correct answer is suggest. Okay.
okay.
And next, Nikki.
Uh, we might expect
Okay. And letter
the
P.
the real me is.
Okay. The real question. The real question is, all right.
Okay.
And Q.
Uh, so what does this mean in terms of implications?
Okay. And letter R.
Now what the
Now, what are?
implication
Very
of
good.
this?
All right. Do you have questions, Nikki?
No.
Okay. So maybe you are some kind of confused.
Yes.
Okay. All right, now you know what to use. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So let us proceed to number 8. So where could you use the following adverbs in the expression above? Okay. So clearly, immediately, presumably, obviously, particularly, briefly, frankly, just.
Mm,
So you need to discuss this one with me.
um, I think this adverb is just similarly, but if we use in the presentation when we want to make conclusion or want to immediate we want to talk the uh the end want to the end maybe we can use this.
What else?
Mm, uh, when want to emphasize something that we can use this.
Okay, so note that it's not possible to add an adverb to all the expression. Okay, so as you can clearly see, okay, so these figures clearly show. So clearly, the figures speak for themselves. Okay? So you'll immediately notice these figures presumably show. These results presumably suggest. These figures obviously show. Obviously, the figures speak for themselves. Obviously, the real question is, so I'd particularly like to draw your attention to. Okay, so let's briefly take a closer look to briefly give you the background to that. Okay, so this is
Okay.
just an example. So, briefly, what does this mean in terms of? Okay, now, briefly, what are the implications of this? Frankly, I'm sorry, frankly, the figures speak for themselves. So let's just take a closer look. Just to give you the background to that, I should just point out. Now, let's just put that into perspective. I just like to draw your attention to. Let me just talk you through. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So let me just paste this one. Okay. So do you have question, Nikki?
No. So I think the different adverb they used in different situations.
Yes, different situations.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have more questions? Oh,
Mm, so uh, what kind of situation you will use just?
okay. Well, it depends. So, say for example, um, you are trying to express the things that it's not clearly to those people. Okay, or
Okay.
or you are trying to say or specifying a thing. Okay, that you would want to express. Okay, so these
Okay.
are the useful expression, the adverbs. Okay,
Okay.
so these,
Because I think just and frankly is like similar.
frankly, say for example, you are uh, trying to tell the truth or speak for yourself. Okay, you want that particular person to know the truth. So, frankly, the figures speak for themselves. Or, frankly, I just want to blah blah blah. Okay?
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
Do you have more questions?
No.
Okay, so let us open Unit 5. So, kindly open Unit 5, Nikki. Okay, so it's all about facts and figures. Okay?
Okay.
Alright. So, enough data to sink a tanker. So 98% in reserve. Know the data from memory. Make it clear. Make it clear, chat. You have done a strategizing amount of homework. even though you are exhibiting but a tiny fraction. So allude to the tons of research that are available. So offer one-on-one briefings if desired. So that's according to Tom Peters. So the management guru. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So, number one, as one of the world's most influential business thinkers, Tom Peters has given thousands of presentations. How far do you agree with him that whenever you present 98 percent of your data should be in your head, so not on the screen? So what are the dangers of data dumping?
Dumping.
Yes, data
Mm.
dumping.
So,
Do you know what's the meaning of data dumping or data dump? So,
it's it mean if your presentation you don't use much of data because you want explain, but you need too much clear but not too much information to tell to talk to the audience.
yes, or a large amount of data that is moved from one computer system or file or device to another.
Okay, so if we want to make present make a slide, we I think it's maybe if you put more data in your slide, you maybe make mistake about the people he the audience he maybe cannot uh read read the slide when you talk to them
Mm,
because you put too much word in the slide.
correct. Okay. So, actually, let me explain. The data dumping is a common problem. So, particularly in technical presentations, okay, where the speaker is anxious, okay, so anxious to prove to their audience that they have covered all the angles and know their subject in detail. But in fact, the best way to demonstrate you expertise is to have all the necessary data at your fingertips. And as Tom Peters recommends, only show a very small portion of it to your audience in your slides. So this allows you when your audience asks for more detail or further information. So to display your command of the subject by quoting supporting figures. So apparently off the top of your head. So in reality, of course, you've carefully memorized all the key figures and have a copy of the rest close at hand. Okay?
Okay.
All right. And since we don't have enough time to finish this one, Nikki, we will continue in our next class. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Do you have questions before we end our class, Nikki?
No, thank you.
You're welcome, and thank you so much, Nikki. You may have a very good night. Goodbye.
Bye, teacher. Bye bye.
Bye bye.